you remember the crazy idea?
Yeah.
This will work.
This will work.
This will work.
She's a beaut, eh, ladies? You know, this trailer has been in the family for 50 years. I hate to see it go, but if you have a case of beer on you, you can drive away with it today. What do you think, girls?
So this is a really unique project happening here at Muskoka Brewery this summer where we're giving away a 1975 Trillium trailer, which is actually a Canadian-made trailer right in Markham, Ontario.
I should probably explain the idea a little bit as well. So I was looking for something from a sweeps perspective that could tie back to the Muskoka brand and really speak to our roots and the region that we're from, make sense from a brand perspective and building that equity. And I was struggling, and I suddenly, was online looking around, and I stumbled across Nomad Custom Trailers and saw what they did with these, old vintage travel trailers and bringing them back to life, and thought, what if we did that as a brewery?
The project all started where my boss, Kim, called me up one day and was like, hey, I have this really crazy, wild idea. And I was like, okay, lay it on me. And she was like, what if we restored a vintage trailer, really modeled it after the Muskoka Brewery, spirit, and gave it away on pack, on Tread Lightly cases, on Detour cases, which will go out to the LCBO beer store for people to pick up and enter to win. And I was like, doesn't sound too crazy, sounds super awesome. I think people are gonna be really excited about it.
This isn't a new trailer. This is a Trillium trailer from 1975. It's gonna take a lot of love and care to bring it back, and I think that's what we talk about with Muskoka too, is the time and attention and love and care we put into our beer, and sometimes that takes longer, but at the end of the day it's worth it.
When it comes to vintage restorations, it's very important for us to preserve the character of the original trailer while being able to modernize it and make it more usable and more comfortable for modern campers. So we often preserve the exterior of the trailer. We do a lot of body work and restoration work to make sure that it doesn't leak. All of the cracks, all of the dings and dents, they're all finished, so it almost looks like it came out from a brand new factory. Then we take in the comforts of modern technology, new electrical systems, batteries, LED lights, new finishes, cushions, and once it all comes together, you now have a vintage world charm trailer with modern day comfort.
My name is Desiree Costello. I'm from Hamilton, Ontario, and I'm a spray painter for Nomad Custom Trailers. So when we get the trailer, the first thing we always do is tear down. So we walk around the trailer and pick things that we know that needs to be replaced. We take everything off, from the belly band to the lights to, we'll put new tires on it and everything. And then that's when we start prepping it for primer and paint.
So when we found the trailer, as we were stripping down the trailer, we found all these old stickers on it from campgrounds that were from all around Muskoka, which, was a pretty cool thing to see. It wasn't something that we knew when we bought the trailer.
A bunch of these stickers are actually from the Muskoka region and campgrounds up in this area, which is pretty cool coming from Muskoka Brewery and working on this project.
Muskoka is all about traditions, especially in the summer. And that's just one of those great traditions that, you're in Algonquin Park, you put that sticker on the back of your trailer to let everybody know you're there. And on your beer cooler as well. There's lots of old school metal Coleman coolers up here with a ton of stickers from all the awesome campgrounds up here in the Muskoka area.
I think restoring this trailer and giving it away to a Muskoka consumer across Ontario potentially brings someone who has never spent any time in Muskoka an opportunity to use this trailer, to connect with the outdoors, to connect with Muskoka and have an experience in this region that we love.
So now that we've got all the teardown majority finished, we're gonna start going around checking over everything, see what spots we need to really focus on before we start doing the final preppings for primer and paint. As I was looking, we found a little spiderweb crack here. So this is an area we're gonna have to repair. I'll be grinding that part out, puttying it, doing all nice little body work just to make sure that's nice and solid and that crack never shows back.
And yeah, right now we're just taking a little bit of a walkthrough just to make sure everything's okay. I see a spot here that's going to need some fiberglass work, so we'll do that.
When clients bring in their trailer to Nomad, we start with everything that has to do with the structure of the trailer. So we look for cracks, damages, dings, dents, anything that is inside the fiberglass in the layer, so we have to grind out and we have to fill. And this really prevents it from coming back and coming through the paint and cracking and being visible again.
They say that when they don't make things like they used to, right? And this is a clear example of something that they don't make it like they used to. When they built these, I'm sure they didn't expect them to make it to, the 20th century, but here we are, and we can still fix them, and they can live another century if people take care of it, right? And I'm sure in the next century, they want to keep it going. There'll be people like us who will be able to keep it going and keep fixing it, restoring it because of the way it was made. It's lightweight, it's easy to transport, and fiberglass, it's durable, it can last, and we have the ability to patch and do all those things and make it look like it never had any damage to it in the first place.
Restoring this trailer to its natural glory is really no easy task, and I think that is a really great reflection of, what this region has to offer. This region's rugged, it's not always easy to get to. If you have a cottage, I'm sure it's a lot of work to open up, close down, maintain, and I think that level of work though really comes with a lot of rewards, and it's important to remember that getting out in nature can not always be easy, but it's really worthwhile doing so.
So now that the initial teardown of all the parts on the trailer is finished, we went over everything, we sanded it, prepped it, did all the body work, all the patchwork, all the filling that we needed to do. And now that it's at a good spot where we're comfortable enough to give it primer coat, now it's ready for primer.